Mr. Chips, delete your Noom app. We're about to blow up.
They ask you how you are, you just have to say that you're fine when you're not really fine, but you just can't.
Here I go, I'm about to freak the flow. About the Cartoon Network and things they show. We got the super adventures, tune heads, and late night. It's black and white, but everything's alright. But I'll break it down a little bit more. Tell you what they have in store, what is tunes you're looking for. We got Fred Flintstone and Barney Rubble, my man.
The Proud Family. What?
20 long years ago, when I was just a wee little abomination, Disney Channel premiered its first original animated program.
Fuck, you're old.
The Proud Family was one of the first major animated shows to feature life told through the eyes of a black family. My guess is that Disney saw Nickelodeon capitalizing on black culture and decided that it wanted its piece of the bean pie too. It was innovative, funny, and full of heart. Created by Bruce W. Smith, a legendary animator and writer in the industry, who I know thanks God every day that he made the Proud Family. Because if he didn't, he would only be known as the creator of the Boom Crew.
Sucked in black holes, sending them to a place, imagination on overload.
Turn it off.
It's time to get up.
Turn it off.
We're chilling.
Turn it off!
But it looks like most people forgot about it. But I didn't forget, Bruce. I didn't forget. But putting aside lost faith in creators, the Proud Family was a hit. It lasted for your standard 52 episodes, got its own made-for-TV movie starring Omarion. Penny even got to kick it with Stitch in Hawaii. But real talk, stop going to Hawaii. They don't want us there. How does America treat a whole former country like a vacation home? We got 49 other states. Use them. But yeah, Proud Family was great. It had its problems, but hey, you take the good with the bad. Again, created the Boom Crew. But now, over 2 decades later, Disney has decided to unearth yet another corpse, as the race to decide who can make the most reboots continues. Proud Family Louder and Prouder is a brand new pseudo-reboot, pseudo-continuation that has made a home for itself on Disney+. You know, that thing that most people use to watch The Mandalorian, but that I use to watch Mighty Ducks. We are not the same. But it finally came out, and since... hold on a sec. Yep, still black. That means I gotta talk about it. I'm your host and Black Savior, D'Angelo Edwards, and today we're looking at the Proud Family, Louder and Prouder.
Petey!
Morning, family.
Cooking a goose fat.
Alright, so let's start off with some basics in case you're unfamiliar with the show. Proud Family follows, well, the Proud Family, duh. Penny Proud, her father and mother, Trudy and Oscar, who totally don't look familiar, her twin siblings, BB and Cece, and Sugar Mama, with the occasional appearance from Uncle Bobby. It deals with Penny's struggles through teen life, dating, trying to fit in, and sometimes the occasional far out there episode happens.
Hold up, wait a minute, you can talk?
Normally people say, wow, Shuggy, you can play the guitar?
Al Roker is a genie in this show. That's not that important in the long run, but it's very important to me that you know that. Keeping all that in mind, this new series pretty much carries on with that tradition, except now Penny is a little older. Kinda. The original series ended with the movie, which was all about Penny turning 16. Oh yeah, and evil peanuts trying to take over the world, but ignore that part. The main thing is that the movie very clearly stated that Penny was 16, and now she's 14 again, but older. It's all very confusing, don't think about it too hard, whatever. How does it hold up against the original? Let's start off with all the things I like about it so far. First off, and the most obvious, the show looks amazing now. The old show didn't look bad at all, but some of those later episodes look like they were held together by duct tape. I know a lot of you are familiar with the iconic way they would do the walk cycles. Let's just say that Bounce With Me wasn't just a Lil Romeo song, but now it's gorgeous. The lighting and color design is on point. The animation is really fluid, and even though I was a bit iffy on some of the new design choices at first, Penny was looking like she walked out of a Clamp manga. I think that overall, it worked out for the better. I know some people are gonna complain that it's rigged animation, but as I've said time and time again, limited animation is fine. As long as it looks good and fits the story, it shouldn't matter what kind of animation they're using. Animation is hard, and this saves time. Get over it. It's also fun getting to see Penny's friends again and seeing how they grew up. La Cienega, Zoe, Dejanay.
And Dejanay is her loyalist friend.
One of the old characters, Michael, who along with added screen time, also got a major glow up. They used to have my boy looking like an off-brand Paula Abdul, but now he's here to slay. He was one of the few LGBTQ characters on the old show, so I'm glad to see him back and looking better than ever. We also get to see the Gross Sisters again, the trio of bullies that would shake down Penny and her friends for their money. But now, instead of stealing money the old-fashioned way, they do it the American way, by getting you to book them and their talent at outrageous prices.
Hands up, yep, give me all your cash. No fuss, just put it in the bag.
I just think that's really funny. They're not stealing anymore, and yet they're more criminal than ever. Of course, not everybody is back, which might be for the better. I don't think we'll be seeing the Chang triplets anytime soon, and for good reason. Yikes, I did not think hard enough about these designs when I was a kid. Also, Sticky, Dejanay's love interest, crush, harassee, is also out of the picture, having moved away. Which, considering what Orlando Brown used to get up to, was, well...
Can you explain?
They love
I
it.
ate her pussy.
Okay, that's what we had thought. People have been saying it, and most of the people had thought that's what the...
I had the num cakes.
You know what? Good for her.
But actually, most of the voice actors are back in their respective roles. They all sound a little different, except for Sugar Mama, who slides back effortlessly into the role.
Well, what happened to my grandbaby? You lose a fight at school like your daddy?
But that's to be expecting after such a long time. I'm just glad to hear them again. Also, Cedric the Entertainer is pretty much the same as Bobby as well. It's also cool seeing how the show has grown with time. The second episode deals with a boy who got famous for his makeup tutorials, and the only person that really seems to be weirded out by that is Oscar, which I'm sure they'll address later. And besides Michael, there's also a new gay couple that was announced to be in the show, even if so far we've only seen one of them. Proud Family was always a show about inclusion, and I'm glad to see that now we've extended that reach further. So yeah, there's a lot to love about the new Proud Family, but it's not perfect. And there are a few things I think the show shouldn't be too proud about. But we'll get into that right after this break.
Cartoon Network.
All right, boys.
Cartoon Network.
1, a 2.
Here I go.
Hello, son.
Oh, snap! It's Sugar Knight, and she's swole. Jailhouse up.
Okay, I've been praising this show to high heavens, and I really did enjoy what I've seen so far. But the only two things perfect in this world are me and episode 2 of season 5 of Samurai Jack. So let's talk about the things that I didn't like. First, I mentioned a few of the new characters, but the one that was kind of promoted heavily was Maya, played by Kiki Palmer. Now, I love Kiki, both Palmer and Offbeat, but I don't know, man. I just don't really like Maya all that much yet. She's not really that funny, and she's kind of mean, but not in the fun, sassy way that La Cienega is. I guess they made her to give Penny a foil, but I don't know, I'm just not feeling her. This is only the first 2 episodes, so there's plenty of time to improve her as a character, but she's just not there for me yet. And speaking of funny, the jokes in this show are kinda hit and miss so far. I think that they nailed the energy of the original, but a lot of the jokes are either just okay or kinda out of date.
Boo! We need to take you shopping for some new Wismar wedges because what are those?
It sucks, man.
If I never hear another "what are those" joke again, it'll be too soon. I always thought that Proud Family was at its best when it was either way out there or super close to home. But this show seems right in the middle, and I want it to push more. I'm not going to pretend that every joke is bad though. There's clearly thought put into the writing, and I laughed quite a bit, just not as much as I had hoped. Every show goes through growing pains in some way or another though, and I think this is all just part of the process. There was one part that bothered me though, and it's the fact that Penny literally becomes a millionaire in the episode where she becomes an influencer. And they never bring it up again. Like, what are you doing? I saw the check. I did not forget about it. The same way I didn't forget about the Boom Crew, Bruce. But it's cool. Humor is subjective. I'm sure a lot of people will find it funny. I just need a little more. If it were me, I would lean a little more towards the more mature humor. I'm not saying I need to see Penny pounding Hennessy or Trudy and Sunset throwing it back, though I would like to see that. But I feel like a lot of people tuning in are older people coming back for nostalgia's sake. It's why I think that it's weird that Penny's age got lowered. You can still keep the show family friendly, but it wouldn't hurt to throw in some spicier jokes. And there are a few in there.
Ooh, I can't stand them.
Hi, Penny.
What were y'all doing?
Nothing, baby.
But again, this is all just personal taste. I'm sure the team wants to hit as broad an audience as possible. But hey, sometimes narrow casting works. But as for my final thoughts on the series so far, I think it's a really solid start that can really only get better from here. The Proud Family is a special show to a lot of people, and that includes me. I'm not really the type to look for myself in entertainment, representation wise. I still stand by the fact that the only character I ever cared was black was Static. But I know that this show meant the world to a lot of little black boys and girls who wanted nothing more but to feel like stuff was for them too. This show was funny, charming, and full of heart, and I still think it is. You can obviously tell that a lot of work was done to make sure it kept the original spirit, while trying to make something special for a new audience. It's making all new steps towards representation, cleaning up some past mistakes, and making a show that can mean a lot to a whole new generation. Sure, it might have its faults, but I have faith in the team behind it. And even if the show never fully appeals to me, I know it's going to be some kid's favorite new show. It might get some of them to fall in love with animation, and get them to go out and create their own stuff too. Sometimes, all someone needs to believe in themselves is to see themselves represented in a positive light. And I think that this show could be that for some people. And if that's not something to be proud of, I don't know what is.